I just noticed something about the gold market that changes a lot. If you're new to the channel, then you know that gold is something we regularly cover, but today I've got something to show you that is kind of a game changer for gold in the short term and definitely has some potential to seriously move this market much further, much faster. So with that said, let's take a look at gold. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button if you want daily coverage. We talk about markets all the time, and today gold is in full focus because we talked about this briefly on stream, but after stream today, I actually went and did some research on gold and noticed something very, very interesting about the gold market right now. Right now, we have a tightening situation where things are looking very posed for a breakout on the gold market. Now, what I want to point out is a couple things technically, and then I'm going to show you the thing that I found on the website here in just a second. So check this out. Price has been putting in these higher lows on gold for the last several days. We've noticed this on stream. We've talked about that. Cool, kind of old news, but still relevant to what we're talking about here. We're seeing an increase in the demand for the gold market. And on top of that, we've also got this level here, this consistent barrier to price where price has basically rejected several times after the bullish run that we saw back a few days ago, back on January 19th. So we had this big pop to the upside and have been consolidating. And not only that, there's something very interesting here. We've been increasing on the bullish side. So every time price tries to dip, this is kind of like a game of tug of war. Every time this price tries to dip, the sellers are getting beaten, right? The buyers are coming back in and pushing this higher. But not only that, they're not only getting beaten, they're getting beaten worse and worse. And today we almost broke out, and I wanted to talk about exactly that and how I think we could potentially be ready for some bigger moves here to the upside on gold. If you've been watching the content, then you know that recently we put targets on 1870 for gold in the short term, talking in the next few weeks, right? Well, with this positioning that gold is doing right now, where it's putting in these higher lows and the chart looks very, very bullish, this breakout looks like it really wants to happen. So I wanted to draw this to your attention before it potentially does happen so that you can go look at this and keep tabs on gold yourself. I just want to direct your attention to this because from a technical analysis standpoint, this is something that we would call kind of I like to call this like the ceiling, right? We're seeing a ceiling, but the floor is rising. We're seeing consistent buy pressure being pushed up here, and pressure is building, trying to get us to break out. And so what I'm talking about with gold here is not only just that. The technicals, yes, they look great, but we'll come right back to the chart in just a moment. Let me show you what retail sentiment is also signaling here on the gold market. I'm taking a look at a1trading.com, by the way. This is our website. This is free to use, and you can head over to the retail sentiment section and check this out. I scrolled down all the way to gold here and look at the retail positioning on gold. Now, retail positioning is something that we track fairly regularly on the channel, and there's a good reason. What we know about retail traders is that most of the time they're on the wrong side of the trades, right? They're on the wrong side of the good trades, the good trends that happen in the market. And recently, this signal has become a little bit more dramatic. Right now, what we're seeing is 68%. We'll zoom in here so you can see the numbers a little better. 68% of retail traders short on the gold market, whereas 31% of traders are long on the gold market. When you put that together, and we know that the retail crowd generally tends to lose money, yet they are shorting gold aggressively into a upward channeling market like we just saw back on the screen. We'll head back over to the chart for a second. We see this thing technically looking very bullish, looking like it wants to break out, and yet we have retail traders trying to short this thing consistently. That adds even more pressure to the already high pressure situation that we have on the gold market right now. So you put all that together, I think that the breakout for gold looks very promising, and that if it starts to happen, you could not only get a technical breakout, but you could actually get a nice little stop run for some of the retail traders that are currently short on this market. So for example, let's talk about some scenarios where we could actually take some theoretical trades here on the gold market. Let's talk about a long setup that I'm personally thinking could be worth watching out for. Now, again, please remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money. Please remember to read the descriptions down below and risk appropriately. But a breakout here, if we saw a big move to the upside, right? If we cleared that level, any sort of retest, in my mind, would be an interesting area for possible longs on the gold market. Now, the idea here being, okay, that's a great concept, right? Breakout retest, it runs up to 1870. That would be awesome. But what's more important is the risk management and staying in the trade, because some of you guys may have noticed that sometimes you get into a trade like this, but then price does something like this, stops you out, and then crushes you and it flies away without you, right? I don't know if you've ever been in that situation. I certainly have. It's a little bit frustrating. So it's impossible to tell exactly, but I will say this. We found a lot of support here at 1830, and I probably wouldn't want to see price go much lower than 1830. But if you're like me, if you're looking at this thing from a swing trading perspective, there may be a move on up to 1870. And 1875 is more, specific. That's still a pretty good risk reward. You're talking about a 1.79. Now, if you tighten this up, if you said I'd like to even use this low, now you're talking about a very good risk reward. Talking about a 3-to-1 reward relative to the risk that you're taking on the account. Remember, whenever we take a trade, we have to apply risk to the account. There is no making reward without taking any risk in trading. But what we can do is we can diminish the risk that we have to take in order to make the most possible on the account. So what I'm looking for is to see if we can get a big green candle. If we get a big green candle, that is part one. Part two is looking for retests and entry on that retest. If that happens, then you're looking at the idea of, okay, targets being 1870 to 1875 in the short term, I think have potential to be an excellent opportunity on the gold market. Now, of course, this is my opinion. I could be completely wrong. And by the end of the day, we could be dropping off of a cliff, right? Sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes that happens. The point is, as we say so often on the channel, using the words if and then with every trade that we take. If the market breaks out, then retests, we'll look to enter. If the market drops like crazy after we enter, then we'll stop out with a controlled loss. Remember, taking small positions, risking small, etc. If we take a position and it rockets in our favor, we could look to try and scale out of our position up there around 1870 to 1875. You put all that together, that's the sort of approach that I would take and what I would consider to be a higher probability trade. The thing is, right, of course, with every trade, there is not a certainty, it's a probability-based decision. And that's how traders make money, is you base it off of a probability standpoint. Right now, with risk off in full swing, we see markets concerned around inflationary pressures from the Russian situation with Ukraine. That's kind of a pressure on markets. You see the stock markets selling off dramatically on earnings risk. So people are possibly looking for that safe haven, whereas gold kind of could come back into play. Now, again, it's a big if, because if markets kind of recover fairly quickly, then gold we would probably expect to just chop around or even go kind of negative. But if things continue to be in the direction that they've been headed, there is a strong probability that we could see 1870 come into play. So that's my reasoning behind that. If I take any trades or I actually pull the trigger on this position specifically, I will share it within our private Discord channel. If you're not already in our Discord channel, you can find the link to join in the description down below. We'll also join the free version. We do have a free version available. In the free version, you can see the trade analysis being shared, but you don't get access to everything. If you'd like to see the trades being taken, coaching webinars, join the chat rooms, things like that, the educational portal where you can see our strategies and things like that, if that's stuff that you would like to join up on, then the link for that will be linked in the description where you can sign up on our website. We'd love to have you join. I'll just show you a quick picture of what the Discord kind of looks like here. We'll pull this up. So again, you've got chat rooms so you can see what traders are talking about. You can also see trades that are being taken. I talked about this on stream today, my dollar yen long that is so far doing well. You can also see Patrick and Annie and Ivan's trades. We have trade ideas being shared by veteran members. You can see that we have coaching webinars throughout the week. We have research being shared by our analysts here at A1 Trading. We also have an educational portal where you can read up on strategies and things like that, and then all sorts of other good stuff. So if you'd like to join the Discord, the link is down below in the description. I hope this video was helpful to you in some way. If it was, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you back next time. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching today's video. There are more videos available on our channel here and here, so go ahead and click into that for some more free trading content. With that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you back next time.